Hello, Twin Flames. So here we are with this week's card reading, and we start as usual with the Divine Feminine. And the first card we have here is Stillness, quietening one's mind and staying connected to one's true self. So we've got this image here of the woman with lots of things going on around her, but she's maintaining her inner peace. She's maintaining that state of stillness that's mentioned here. So that's a really beautiful way to live life. That's what we do on the ascension journey. We come to recognize that fear and illusion come from the ego, which is the chaos, the complexity, the stress, the pressure, the lack, the fear. All the problems come from ego. So it's only when we align to the truth that we discover that we can be with that truth, that peace, that stillness all the time if we choose. So we learn to train ourselves to choose peace and not jump into the chaos that's always going to be there. So it's always going to invite us, and we have to just remain in our foundation of peace until there comes a time where we no longer feel we want to join in the chaos. So that's beautiful for your ascension journey. Keep up the good work and continue on that path. So let's see what else is happening in the Divine Feminine's energy. And the next card, quite naturally, when it comes to the twin flame journey, is Desire. And here it's shown in a kind of physical way with this image. But of course, desire is any feeling born in your heart that you feel compelled to. Not in a needy way, but in a this is who I am, this is what I desire, this is my truth kind of way, a peaceful way. And so desire can be for somebody, clearly your twin flame, but also it can be any wished dream, something that you aspire to either be, do, have, or contribute to the world. So in that place of stillness, you're feeling and connecting with your heart and your true desires, because those desires are true only for you. You have a unique design that's created to bring something special to the world. That's your unique gift. And so getting in touch with who you really are, which is what happens on the twin flame journey, you discover your true desires. And sometimes you let go of ones that you thought were you, but actually weren't at all. Maybe they were your family's idea of you or society's view of you, and you can actually really just become yourself, and that leads to a lot of peace. So now let's look at the third card, the Divine Feminines this week. And this card is Lesson, valuable soul lessons needed to make self whole again. So just correcting the wording on the card. So you are always whole. There's nothing that ever happens where you become less than whole. But a spiritual lesson is really a pattern that we take on, a belief system that we take on, that we consciously shed through choice. So maybe I believe in lack, and I experience lack in my life in many different ways. Maybe lack of love, lack of support, lack of money, lack of health, could be anything. But if I begin releasing that belief in lack, then I can experience something new in my reality. So that's a spiritual lesson. So you're just returning to the truth of who you are, which is your divine self. And that is never, ever lost. It is always perfect. It is always pristine. Can never, ever be damaged in any way, which is why your twin flame union can't be damaged. You can't throw an illusion at it and expect the illusion to create damage to love. It simply can't happen because the illusion is not real. So that's a beautiful week for Divine Feminines. Let's check out Divine Masculines. And we begin with the Overindulgence card. Lessons of change and balance to manifest temperance. Perhaps overeating, greed, overdrinking, debauchery, spending beyond your means or necessity. So overindulgence is really, it's a form of numbing out, isn't it? If we don't feel very happy or comfortable or good about ourselves, we sometimes reach for something sugary or something at the shops. We want to go and buy something to make ourselves feel better, or do something, or sometimes people turn to things like drugs or alcohol, or even to people and to sex. They try and get that feeling that they want from the outside. And of course, it's an inner journey. So anytime you feel compelled to overdo something, you're really just escaping a bad feeling. So take a look within and see if there are any addictions that you are experiencing at the moment, things you're doing that you're not very happy that you're doing. Take a look at the feeling underlying that and see what's going on. And then begin working through the pattern, the lesson. And you could do that with the mirror exercise. You can do that working with me in a coaching session. I'd be more than happy to help you. So Divine Masculines, you're becoming aware of that overindulgence. And once you recognize it, of course, something's got to change. So that's a good start. Next card for Divine Masculines, heartbreak. So yeah, it's kind of clear, isn't it? If you're feeling heartbroken, then you're going to reach for something to try and feel better. So perhaps this is what's going on with the Divine Masculines this week. They're really just experiencing a feeling of heartbreak, either trying to heal something from the past or heal even the connection with their twin flame. And of course, all heartbreaks, all relationships need to be healed for you to be in your union and to recognize your true twin flame. So take the time, Divine Masculines, to work through feelings where you felt love had gone, love was lost, love was not possible, and heal your heart in that space and stop trying to numb out to it and trying to make it go away. It's not going to go away until it's healed through. So get support. That's what support's here for. It's here to help show you and help you move through things that are otherwise really painful and difficult to do on your own. And believe me, I know my journey's been a long journey, and the teachings of union by Jeff and Shalia were not around at the beginning of my journey. So I had to use any healing modality that was available at the time and all the teachings I could find in order to help myself. And of course it was slower because Jeff and Shalia's teachings is what I actually needed. I had to wait for that. And of course I learned a lot along the way, as I'm sure you have too on your own journey. Those were stepping stones to the teachings of union. So now let's look at the third card for Divine Masculines, and we have the Loyal card. So really, your twin flame or Divine Masculines, you're a very loyal soul. Your heart is completely loyal to your true twin flame. That's really what you want. You want to grow old together, you want to be together, you want to stay together, build a life together. And of course, the feelings of what you thought love was, or the way love hurt you in the past, has led to these patterns. But really, this is just the simplicity of what your heart desires. So reach for that place within where you recognize this is what you really want, and allow yourself to connect with that truth that it's been there all along. It's never going to go away, and you just release all the painful feelings until you realign in that space within. So now let's look at the union energies this week, collective energies for Divine Masculine and Feminine. And we have here moving on, and we see this figure moving past the emotions. Actually, they're moving parallel to the emotions, which is the water. And they're trying to move away from something. But looking at these cards here, I feel normally I'd feel this card might be to try and move past, but you can't unless you heal. So this card to me is saying to be able to move on, you have to go into the emotions, you have to feel those feelings, and you have to release them. And the number 8 is, number 4 is foundation, number 8 is double foundation. So yes, you have to create a foundation where you and love are solid together. You know that love is going nowhere, and that way you can have a healthy connection with your twin flame. So let's see what the next card is for the union. And we have the beautiful forget-me-nots. So I guess while you might be experiencing separation right now, or just not fully be in your union, there's a beautiful message here that says eternal memories. The best things in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you've made along the way. And of of course, for twin flames, this is just a card to say it's an eternal connection. You're never going to forget your twin flame. Your heart is always going to desire that loyalty, that being together. So that's beautiful. And then the third and last card for the union energy this week is, well, there we go, twin flame card. So if you were wondering before this reading, if the person you're thinking about is your true twin flame, it says here, the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So there you go. It's safe to connect with this person in your heart. It's safe to desire them. And it is safe to move through those difficult feelings so that you can have your connection. And of course, it's a journey. The journey must be taken. We can't get there without going on a journey. It's not going to magically arrive without doing the inner work. So stop waiting if you are. You're just waiting for yourself. So let's get cracking. Begin the journey. It's a new year. I'd be happy to work with you. Do reach out to me and we can connect and we can begin healing through the blocks. And you can actually be with your twin flame. There's nothing stopping you but yourself. So on that note, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.